Hello and welcome to that Double D team. I'm D, and if you didn't know, you should know.
It's your boy JD.
And we are back for a review video of the Marvel Netflix season, Daredevil Season 1. I've ran through all of these already as a DIGA. Joel's new to the hype. He's going to plough through them all in order, in sync, starting with Daredevil Season 1, Jessica Jones 1, Luke Cage 1 and so on. Probably going to be a monthly video series. We'll try and get these up to you. But yeah, Joel.
Yeah, take this as like a video for those who are not into TV shows like Daredevil and things like that, but give it a try anyway. And that's how I thought when I started watching The Walking Dead. I didn't think I'd like it, but now I'm a Walking Dead fiend. That's what I thought about Game of Thrones. Now I'm a Game of Thrones fiend. And Dee put me onto all these shows anyway, so...
There's a few more to come as well, but we just start with the Marvel Netflix at the moment, because I know we're both geeks and we like our Marvel DC, so...
Yeah, I'm more of into the films more, but since I've been starting watching the TV shows, I've been starting to like get into them a lot more than I thought I would do, so hence the reason why I thought I'd do a video on it, because normally I wouldn't do videos on TV shows, but because I liked it that much. Not as much as others.
It's the quality of Marvel Netflix shows compared to like the cheerful happiness of say CW DC shows where you've got Villain of the Week. This is like
I'm cool with DC
18
shows,
R-rated. It's but there's levels of these in there. Yes, fully enjoyed it. So thoughts on Daredevil Season 1?
Yeah, well, my thoughts on as a whole on Season 1, I have to compare it to The Walking Dead, even though it's not like the same. It's not Marvel or anything like that, but in terms of like how I felt when I watched the show, I didn't get me as excited as say The Walking Dead, but at the same time it got me intrigued, like to want to see more. Because when I started watching, like,
there was a lot to build up for, though, especially the fact that you've been hurt by Ben Affleck in the film.
What?
Yeah, plus you've had a history from the storylines of the comics, and you know that character, whereas with Walking Dead it was just something brand new and fresh. You're like, oh, it was based on a comic as well. Let me just check a few of these out.
I didn't read the comics until I started watching the show, so that's the thing about it.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, so like I said, it's definitely got me intrigued. Like when I started watching the first 2 episodes, I thought I'll leave it at that and like watch the rest tomorrow. But then like once I finished the episode 2, I thought, you know what? I'll watch another one.
Another one.
But so going into this, so we just go into the characters straight away.
Yeah, well, I think the whole first season was really good. I think it was the rise of Daredevil, or Matt Murdock becoming Daredevil and taking that mantle on himself.
Stories.
An origin, definitely, because he is Daredevil in the show, but he don't actually become Daredevil, the iconic Daredevil in the red suit, until the final episode. But that's a nice slow burning story arc throughout as well with his tailor.
Yeah, as far as origin stories go, because I'm starting to like origin stories a lot more now. We've got things like Man of Steel and Batman Begins and that, so it's good to see more origin stories on TV or as TV shows, because a lot of times when I watch TV shows and they're meant to be like based off a character, they always start off with like not origin stories, but they'll set straight into like, hey, here's for example Supergirl or whatever, and it's
a waste because like on TV shows like that you've got 20+ episodes, which is 20 hours to produce the character, make them grow. And I know you've got Villain of the Week and all that, so he gets put to the side, but you've got 13 hours here of Daredevil, and you've got 13 hours to orchestrate a character and an arc and an origin, rather than a 2-hour movie where you've also got to fit in explosions and set pieces. So
get to see more. It's like the development of Matt Murdock as well as the person, not just the development of Daredevil.
Duality of the character.
Yeah, exactly. Really so I loved it.
But yeah, because with Netflix as well, you binge watch all the shows. Like you were saying, you watch 1, 2, you watch another one, another one. It's essentially a 13-hour film. Or if you do like I do it in like 8 a day or 7 a day. So it's like 7 part 1, 7 part 2, bang it out in a weekend. Thank you very much, Netflix. And then just keep you fiending then for a few months for the next series.
Definitely. Alright, so
as you were saying, duality of characters, so we'll jump in on we both fully really enjoyed the show. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I'm a little ahead. I don't want to give away any spoilers to Joel because he's not watched them yet, or any of the actual viewers. So we'll go down with the character breakdown. Matt Murdock / Daredevil, played by Charlie Cox. Great character, great actor, who I first seen him in Boardwalk Empire.
Never heard of him before Daredevil, bro. Never heard of the guy.
But I seen him in Boardwalk Empire, but now whenever I think of Charlie Cox, I think of Daredevil. It's his role now. He is Matt Murdock down to a T. And the fact that he can actually do the physical stunts and physicality of the actual...
I'm waiting for that, man, because a lot of times you always see the stunt doubles or people who are trained for that kind of stuff, but he took it all on himself.
He does do a lot of it himself, but he does have a stunt double. And the random coinky dink is, as it's all connected in the MCU, his stunt double is Captain America's stunt double.
Ah, is it?
Same guy, apparently, yeah.
I didn't know that. Shit.
Nice little random fact.
Yeah, Matt Murdock, he's definitely... I found him as like a sort of brooding character. Like, I think, even though he says in this show that he's come to terms with his blindness and things like that, but there's always something about him that's like dark and brooding. Yeah. There's definitely something dark and brooding about him, which in some episodes I kind of liked, and in other episodes I thought, oh, come on, man, just like, stop being such a dickhead.
Yeah, like you're laying in bed with Rosario Dawson.
Yeah,
put a smile on your face, innit?
Rosario Dawson, all people, she's too fit, man. But we'll get onto it later on.
But yeah, his origin, like when he had the crash and then the acid in his eyes,
yeah.
Then his dad's death, because his dad wouldn't take a fall in a fight from that actual crime family, and then that's where Daredevil wants to get his revenge, and you'll see more of that in season 2. But it's a nice little story out that they tease now, bring you into the character, then it's all of a sudden, bam, modern day. You've got Foggy Nelson, Matt Murdock, attorneys at law. Their bromance, their character together is really good.
At times I found it a bit cringeworthy because Foggy, he was like a character who, as a matter of fact, I read the actor, what's his name, Elden Henson, yeah, because he played that character so good for me to dislike. Sort of like how
gonna roll.
Yeah, sort of like
to Joffrey levels.
Yeah, not Joffrey. I was gonna say like not as good as Joffrey, because I fucking hate Joffrey.
Because I liked Foggy. I think he got a bit too much screen time. I think they tried to set his character up too much in this season. Because he had him, his little arc with Matt was like, oh, I don't want you to be Daredevil. Oh, now you are. We're best friends and we're not. We're back together. Then his little arc with Karen, like, oh, is he going to get involved with her? Is he friend zoned? Is he just helping her out?
He's getting friend zoned all over the place. That's why he went back to the...
And then there's the tertiary arc where he's got his old flame, the blonde chick from the other attorney lawyer's office. Yeah, that
blonde chick. I still don't know how he managed to get a piece of that, man.
Because she works at... I don't know what the name of the firm is, but it's the head lawyer there is...
Yeah, because they could have got a job there.
Hogarth.
Yeah.
That's Carrie-Anne Moss, Trinity.
Ah, okay.
So when she popped up, I'm like, oh... All right, you got a nice sort of quality of actors in here. Yeah, you got Trinity in the show.
Yeah, when you see actors like that, man, you think, okay, the show has to be good with that caliber of actors coming into the show, like Carrie-Anne Moss,
Rosario Dawson,
Vincent, Charlie Cox, Vincent Del. I can never say his name, man.
D'Onofrio.
Okay, I noticed him recently out of Jurassic World, innit?
Well, Magnificent Seven for me.
Yeah, but I've still not seen that, you know.
No.
But, I'll watch that tonight and see it and get it on.
But speaking of D'Onofrio, Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin.
Respect to Wilson Fisk. Oh, respect to Vincent. I was calling Vince. Okay.
Yes, VDD. You're the man.
Wilson Fisk. He was sort of like, when you look at him and the way he speaks.
I don't think we get to see Kingpin until episode 9.
So I only know him as Fisk anyway, not as Kingpin. But I was watching some episodes this morning actually, just to like get a refresher for the video. And I noticed like how he speaks to people is sort of like a timid, like a little child in a man's body, just like how he was like getting bullied by his dad in those flashback episodes.
I'm saying you don't need to scream and shout to be intimidating or get your point across, man.
Yeah, but it's just I love the way how he's like in the scene where he's talking to that police officer. I can't remember the guy's name. You see, he's sort of like doing this and looking down at him on the floor, like he was scared to talk to him. Like, so how much would it be
intimidation, innit? Yeah, he's built like that aura that he carries by coming in the room.
I love the fact he was like so timid at the same time he's like a very intimidating guy.
I think that's like what drew Vanessa towards him, innit? He had the timid, gentle side and the artistic and all that culture side to him, but he was also a murderous villain boss. Yeah. So like, I loved him. For me, he's a big Daredevil villain, but growing up as a kid in the cartoon show was Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man, Kingpin, their little thing. Now, I don't think you could put this Spider-Man up against this Kingpin, because this is like R-rated Kingpin against PG-13
Tom Holland against Kingpin.
So I think the Daredevil arc and dynamism between him is really good. And the way Wilson Fisk plays it, obviously you mentioned the fact that his treatment by his dad, the fact he killed his dad, which Karen found out when she went to go see his mother at the home, and then he used to stare at the wall, just like a blank wall, and you see the plastery effects in the wall. Like you just look at it.
It was meant to be something. I think it was called Rabbit in the Snow. So I think there was like a white rabbit somewhere.
Well, look,
I
think that's the actual title of the painting he watches in the museum.
Right. Okay.
So
there's no actual
the
rabbit
whole white one.
Yeah, I saw it as like one of those things where like if you look hard enough, you'll see like a small little rabbit or something in there.
But a white rabbit in the snow.
Yeah, but
you're not going to see.
You're not going to see that shit, man.
Unless he's turned around at you from behind. It's all white.
But Wilson Fisk, Vincent D'Onofrio. I got his name right. Shit, Vincent D'Onofrio. I think definitely again one of the best. And this is like even after one season, I still think he's like one of the best TV villains I've seen.
Oh.
Behind Negan, I think he's definitely the best. He's way up there. Then you got Joffrey, but away from that one in the Marvel universe at least, I think I'll go on record and say that I think he's one of the best.
I'd probably put D'Onofrio ahead of Negan.
You would?
As an actual character. Now Negan's done more brutal stuff because his introduction where he took out, spoilers, Glenn and Abraham. I think that's hurt us as a fan and a character to hate him more and think he's more villainous. Whereas D'Onofrio's is quiet and calm,
unassuming,
and I think what he said, because I've seen season 2 as well, so So for me, D'Onofrio, especially if you got to speak it like Marvel superheroes, then he's the best. I think he's even challenging Loki as my favourite, like
as the villain. Yeah, I was also about to say like even like in the whole Marvel universe, in TV and film, as far as villains go, I think Wilson Fisk is definitely one of the best villains out there.
Yeah.
So
him, Loki, high hopes for B. Jordan as Killmonger.
Yeah.
And being a Cap fan from the original, Red Skull, I still think was a great villain.
Hugo Weaving, respect to Hugo Weaving, man.
Everyone forgets about him when they mention Marvel's good villains. They always go to Loki straight away. But Hugo Weaving, like Agent Smith from Matrix, like being a Nazi German soldier as the Red Skull, and the fact he might still be out there somewhere. But that's a bit MCU-ish. Let's get back to MCU, the Hell's Kitchen, shall we? D'Onofrio, I think one of my favourite scenes, obviously in the museum, where he's looking at the white portrait, and that's his introduction to Vanessa. Yeah. And she sees his soft side, and he's actually kind of ruthless, and they're together, was when the result of their dinner meeting, where they were having a nice...
Oh, and got interrupted by
a Russian who knows Kingpin, and he embarrassed Kingpin in front of Vanessa.
Yeah, you don't do that shit. Come on now.
Bad move. So when Kingpin calls him over now, and you see Wesley in the car saying he wants a word with you, he sends a message to Kingpin like he's here. Then the door just opens. He just grabs him, throws him out, starts wailing on him like a massive bear. He literally lifts him up with like 2 arms and just.
I like Kingpin.
And then the car door.
Well, so Wesley's there just like this one's chilling, just like on the phone and shit.
Wesley's just in there, just takes off his glasses.
Yeah, like it's nothing. Just.
He knows what's about to happen. So he gets out of the car, and then all of a sudden, you just see that head, like it's violent, but you don't actually see it. You just see the effects of it falls from the bottom. So the way it was shot, very well done. I mean, I think the whole show was good. I think Stephen DeKnight was the showrunner on here. Great job, absolutely brilliant.
One thing I will say about Vanessa though, which I'm trying to figure out, is like, even though when you first meet her in the art gallery, and obviously that she got attracted to the soft side of him, like, so what was it about the villainous side of him that made her get attracted to it? I'm still trying to like work that out.
I don't think she was attracted to the villainous side, but she was attracted to the power that he had.
Yeah, okay.
And because he was trying to spin it like, I want to do good for the city, but by doing good for the city,
that's it.
He had to kill the Russians, and even when he killed the Russians and he blew them up, Vanessa's there watching like, good. So you're like, okay, Vanessa's embracing it. Right. But even on their first date together, when she came together, she knew what was going on. She brought a gun with her. She had a little gun in her purse. So she's on the ball. Vanessa's a very astute character.
I think she's one to watch, man. I think she's definitely someone who will play a bigger role, a bigger part. Yeah. Like I said, like, this is only season 1, so I don't know what season 2 is going to bring. But I'm assuming, or I'm going to predict, like Vanessa's going to have like a major impact in later seasons or later episodes. But
she does pop up in season 2. I think I can say that. She does kind of leave it random this time at the end of this season. I think she leaves it with getting off in a helicopter. Is it with Fist tells her to leave?
Yeah, because he's going
down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a nice Yeah, you can't touch that money. It's Vanessa's money. That's Vanessa's fun. Don't you dare touch that money.
Oh my god! Yeah. And another thing as well, going back to Wilson Fisk, is the fact that how he's very what's the word I'm looking for now? big word alert, so I might get it wrong. Is it monotonous or OCD-ish? Where he's always like, he gets up in the morning, plays that same song, makes an omelette, and like he's in the same.
Most powerful men are men of routine. Like you get up in the morning, bam, attack the day. So yeah.
There's nothing wrong with routine, but come on,
organised routine.
An omelette every day. What's one of the Cocoa Pots, bro? Come on, man.
Where's your steak?
There you go.
You
A big guy like him, like eating steak and shit. Man, there you go.
Porterhouse, T-bone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, D'Onofrio, Fisk, bro. Yeah. Especially like his heart.
Shout out to him, man.
His little fight scene with Daredevil as well. First when he just beat him down, although you see Matt was in his original black outfit, all cut and bruised, which is when Foggy actually realises who he is when he goes to check him up on him in the next day. Speaking of Foggy, I think his relationship with Matt, as we mentioned, very brotherly. The fact he went up through college, then tells him everything, didn't tell him he was Daredevil.
There's always like a lot of things where he doesn't always agree with, but begrudgingly he goes along with it.
Yeah.
Like for example, the when Wesley first comes to him and says like, "What is to take this case for? What's going to offer you this smart money?"
Like, hold up. Now there's something dodgy going on about what he's to take. You want us just to be busy so we can take our eyes off that case, which is properly. And Foggy's like, "No, we're going to get paid, man.
Yeah. So he can.
we got bills to pay in it. You want our business to go under?
Fucking sign from up for our door, man." But
I do wish like I probably was in your situation as well. Like I watched it after I'd been in New York.
Yeah,
because it was all filmed in Hell's Kitchen in New York, where we recently just come back from. So that was a nice thing. We actually went to Hell's Kitchen as well. Had a little look around, little thing.
It was good.
Didn't actually see Murdoch and Nelson's attorneys at law's office, but
yeah, we're looking around for that one for a while. We didn't see nothing like that there.
They did get an addition to their group this season though with Karen Page. We find she gets set up for murder at the beginning, which is kind of from the Russians and Kingpin. Yeah. Which then Foggy and Matt have merged names together then. They come together, they take a case, find out she's innocent, free her, realise she's in danger, so like come work for us, you've got a bit about you. Then so they all work on the case, but with Matt doing his Daredevil thing, it's left to Foggy
and Karen in it.
Doing the thing, which kind of leads you to a thing, are they going to get together? Like I said, is it romance?
I was thinking that for the whole season, up until like Foggy went back to his old flame, and I thought, okay, because I was thinking that maybe he's got friends on a couple of times though anyway, innit? So I then thought, okay, you know what, so I was going to the next.
I think the fact that he had an old flame, he was kind of like your typical attractive blonde, big busted guy, makes you just think, oh, Foggy's got a bit of game about him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like so when he's interacting with Karen, it's not unusual to think, oh no, out of his league, it's not a problem. We're thinking, you know what, Foggy might be able to words it here and do alright.
Foggy's got bars, man.
Being a lawyer, you've got to have bars in it. Lawyered.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I think with Karen as well, she grew throughout the whole season, like from being really timid to being framed for murder to like being a murderer. We'll come back to that in a minute. Then her art with Matt, her art with Foggy, her art with Ben Ulrich at the paper, which I think in the TV series, the comic books, Ben played a bigger role in there as well, because he was like understudy or something to like Jonah J. Jameson. He eventually went on to the Bugle, and that's where like the link with Spider-Man teamed up. Spider-Man had a good relationship with him in the cartoons, but
there was a lot of about Karen that I didn't like, man. Just the fact that you know, okay, fair enough, like she got framed for murder and things like that, and she got brought to the fore by Matt and that. But there was some times where like you know when to leave shit alone. But she's kept on.
Oh, she annoyed me as a character so much.
But that's just.
And I didn't necessarily like the character, but I thought Deborah Anwell performance of
testament to her though.
Was very good. I think her performance was really good, because I think she probably had the most broad character arc through it. Because Matt, he's coming to dealing with terms of being Daredevil, whereas Karen, she's dealing with a normal life. Then she's framed. Then she's innocent. Then her life's in danger. Then she's a killer. Then she's got to hide that secret. Then she's innocent. Now she's got a job, and so I think she fluctuated so much throughout the season. Her character was probably the most that benefited from the writing on the show.
And I think she was like, even though her methods were which I didn't necessarily agree with, but in I think without her knowing, she was helping Murdoch a lot more than she thought she would. Because obviously, like she was Daredevil,
digging deep on certain backstories and what's really going on, gave Matt a bit of, okay, now I know where to find Kingpin and stuff like this. But thinking of her bad decisions, the main one was when she took out Kingpin's understudy right hand man, James.
That's still Wesley. I'm still best about that.
Now this guy's
he was one of my
he's a henchman
characters
for an evil villain on the show. But I love the character.
He was one of my favourite characters throughout the whole season.
So much so, I actually researched it. It's Tobey, Leonard Moore. Brilliant performance.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Wesley, and I thought I was looking forward to maybe him being a bit more in season 2, because if Kingpin gets taken down, you think he could step up.
So then what I thought of him when I first saw him, I was thinking like of Wesley. He's one of those guys where you see he's all like nice suited and booted and that, and he's got nice little glasses and all that kind of stuff now. So you think he went for a punch, but then like obviously a bit like Kingpin.
Yeah.
He's got all the skills like
Kingpin,
to fuck you up.
You know he's a bad guy, but he can get physical. Whereas with Wesley, I don't think he'd get physical. He'd just put the order in.
I thought it would though,
to get, or he'd be manipulative and sadistic rather than evil and villainous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he'd ever hit Karen, but he probably would have hired some goons to have done it.
Yeah, definitely.
Or put her in a situation where she's fearing for her life, like waterboarding.
I always thought of him as like in the accountant, like Ben Affleck's film, where he's like just a normal accountant, but he's got skills to kill people. That's what I thought of Wesley, but he's just one of those guys, like you said, he's just like, he won't kill you, but he'll get on the phone and get someone to kill you.
And then Karen went and, what a bitch, went and just picked up the gun and went boom, 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 boom.
See, Karen, you were doing okay, man. You were doing fine up until that moment where you thought, you know what? I'm going to take this gun now. Oh, I think it's loaded. Is it loaded or not? Let's find out. Bam.
Man, with his glasses like, you think I'd leave a loaded gun on the table for you?
Yeah, so she called his bluff.
Let's
then,
find
basically.
out.
So,
bang.
Wesley, you're wrong for that, right? For trying to call Karen his bluff. So, it's on your head
that's what I mean by manipulative.
Yeah.
He was trying to manipulate because he didn't think she's a killer. But as she said, like, you don't know what she's done. She's got a dark history, which Ben Ulrich found out and had a story that she was trying to hide. That I don't know if we've still actually figured out what it is yet, but she's still hidden it from Matt. She's going to have to hide this killing from Matt and Foggy while still being working there. So, like, yeah, I think Karen Page, her story out throughout the whole season is really good. She was my favourite character, especially because what she did with Wesley. But Wesley's interactions with Fisk and all that stuff was so good.
Yeah, man, all these characters in the show, it's like, you think one thing of them, or they appear to be one thing, and then you don't know there's something about them that you know this it's there, but like it just won't come out yet until.
There's the many little interwebs of characters and storylines as well. It's not like, it's a Daredevil show. What does Matt and Daredevil do for 10, 13 episodes?
Yeah,
like,
Daredevil's there, man.
Who does Matt know? Foggy. Okay. So that's a really good, important character for the main guy. We need to know a bit more about him. Let's spend a bit of time with him and who he knows and okay. So how would he make that decision to Matt? It's because of his interactions with. So yeah, I love the way that they involved it all, especially the fact that we're big Game of Thrones fans. So having a broad spectrum of characters and stories, like just juggling it all in the background, whilst you've got one main arc just going on that eventually accumulates in the end of the season. I love it. Yeah,
I love it even more, man. Because like, I'm more of like a film and game guy. So like when it comes to TV shows like this, I love to see not just focused on one character for like the majority of the show, but other characters having their own like little mini stories or mini storylines and that, so you can get to know more about them. Because then that way you probably like a fringe character better than the main character. For example, like you could, like me, I like watching Wilson more than watching Matt, just for the fact that he's like a good villain and like he's
way got them two together in the same scene. The dialogue is electric.
It's so good, man. So good.
Yeah. But speaking of Matt, one of the highlights of this season, the hallway scene. You mentioned the fight with Fisk before. It was pretty brutal because Matt's obviously a grappler and a fighter and a brawler because his dad was a boxer. But this has now become a staple for Marvel Netflix. You have a hallway fight scene one shot. And in each season, no matter what character it is, so I think the most recent one was Daredevil, Defenders. But Defenders, because there's so many characters going on, it had to be more than one shot.
Yeah, because there's so many people.
You got to get different views of each people. But yeah, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, I think even Daredevil season 2. So you got some good ones to look out for.
I know.
This was the original one though, and when you've seen it shot in one take, and the energy that Matt had to exfuse, not even Matt, Charlie Cox had to do, and the knackeredness of it. And the physicality and out of breath and the realism of it all.
It adds so much amazing. It adds so much realism to the fight scene. It actually makes it look like a real.
And because it's all one take and you're involved in it, you're feeling it. Yeah. So like by the end of it, you feel knackered at the end of watching the scene. Like, wow, have I just?
I thought the same, man. Like,
I just going through that as well.
When I watched that, man, I was like, fucking hell, man. Like, you all that.
Yeah, I think it's a scene where he's fighting someone in the room, but you still got a shot in the hallway. Yeah. And some goons come in, and all of a sudden you see some air conditioner unit come take him out. I absolutely loved it. Then at the end, Matt actually does get what he needs to do, and he gets a child.
Yeah,
I think it's the Black Sky kid that, and then they move him out and
that
escape.
threw me off a little bit. The Black Sky, the kid, and that it kind of threw me off a little bit. Cause I was thinking like the Black Sky was like some kind of antidote or some kind of like.
We didn't know what it was, but it was something that the hand needed so that they could become powerful.
Yeah. It sounded like some kind of like injection device or some kind of special liquid or something like a drug or whatever to take to make it stronger.
Obviously, the season was all about Daredevil, a bit of Kingpin, but it was also like tertiary storyline, the hand. You know, introduction of Stick from the Chased, their war versus the hand, the 5 fingers of the hand, Madame Gao, Black Sky, all that stuff we go into more in season 2 of Daredevil. So look forward to that.
I'm hoping to see more of Stick because
you do.
Nice one. I was hoping
Scott Glenn is awesome.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that when Stick showed up in season 1, I was kind of hoping for like a flashback episode of like him training
montage and something in it.
Well, not even that, like a whole episode of just like a flashback episode of like seeing how the relationship between Matt and Stick, like how they develop and yeah. Cause I don't want to see just like a training montage. Like I see you so many times now in Rocky films.
I've not seen season 1 for a while, so this might be season 2. But I'm sure you get a bit more explanation and scene time between them. I assumed it was season 1, but because in season 1 you had the conversation where he meets him.
There was a bit of it in season 1.
I think it goes into a bit more in season 2, but that'd be spoiler territory because there's also something else as well. But we'll wait in there a couple of months for that other video. So with Matt and Wilson Fisk, Foggy Nelson, all these characters that are going to show in the quality of actors, I was very happy to know that there's going to be a recurring role, hopefully for Night Nurse, although I don't think she's officially that character. And that's Rosario Dawson.
My future ex-wife.
Claire Temple. Rosario, obviously we know at Sin City. I believe Men in Black 2 as well.
Men in Black 2, Welcome to the Jungle, Sin City, like you said. She was also in Kids. If you haven't seen that film, it's one of those films that got banned because it was so visceral.
It's the Eminem bar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Watch his porn.
There's a film called Kids. And one of my personal watch also in Unstoppable with Denzel Washington and a bit of a adult one here, but Trance with James McAvoy. That one scene, you know what I'm talking about if you've seen it, that one scene.
I know she's been in a lot of stuff, but everything you've named, I've not seen. So the only thing I've actually seen her in was Sin City and Men in Black 2, but I can't remember her in Men in Black 2 because it's been so long. But whenever I see her face, I'm like, oh yeah, was she in Crash?
I think she was in Crash as well,
I remember her face in one of the lines.
£7 Will Smith, but like I said...
very good actress.
The film Trance, yeah. If you've seen Trance, you know which scene I'm talking about specifically, but... yeah, that film. But yeah, Rosario Dawson, gorgeous.
Her and Matt,
amazing actress.
To see that with the love angle, love scenes between them, like will she, won't she wants, she likes him, there's obviously chemistry, but then again it's the hero struggle in it.
Yeah,
like, by choosing to be a hero, you may not have to forget your own personal life.
I was surprised how like Matt kind of like not revealed himself to her, but either she sussed it out like quickly. Yeah. I was surprised at that.
You're a lawyer, but you're also bruised up in fights, so you obviously get into some danger. And she knows about this mass vigilante, and so she clocked on pretty early, and she knew that she could hold the burden. She carries the secret for him, but she don't want to have the responsibility of worrying for him or asking him to stop and not being that guy anymore, because that's who Matt is. That's Matt Murdock. He's fighting for justice, isn't it? He's fighting for the little guys, and yeah, she couldn't change it. But Claire pops up in all the other seasons as well, so she's the thread for a lot of these characters.
That's good, that one. And if she wasn't there, I don't know how I'd be able to enjoy watching. Just like
the Night Nurse character does in the comic arcs, she threads all of them together. I don't think they've officially given her that title, but the fact she is a nurse and her connections with Luke and then all the other superheroes that you'll go to see to form the Defenders later on in the seasons, I thought was really good.
Yeah, I need to read up more of these comics, man, so I can get a better understanding. Because I prefer to watch the films or TV shows more than the comics, even though I read a few of the comics, but I think if I read the comics more, then I'd understand.
Yeah, I mean, if you've read them as a child growing up, you've got that knowledge. If not,
I was DC when I was growing up, man.
Yeah, you don't have to go. You have to go back and read it all, because I think, just for example, Daredevil season 3 coming up this year is the Born Again storyline. So all you need to go and do is download or buy the Born Again comic series, not all of Daredevil, and then read that. Caught up. I think Comixology Online, all these places actually do a decent value for for money with the comics as well. It's cheap online nowadays as a form of media.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I did with Walking Dead. I've still not caught up, but they're all there ready and waiting for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fight scene was amazing. I thought D'Onofrio was amazing as Kingpin. Maggie again. Foggy and Matt's relationship as their bond.
Hashtag Maggie.
And then the little slight love triangle, if you include Karen, or not even a triangle, just love triangle, it's a triangle between Karen, Foggy and Matt all together.
She's got a thing for Matt, hasn't she?
All Karen. Working together. Yeah. She kind of likes Matt. Matt kind of likes Claire.
She wants
Foggy
Matt to
kind
go.
of likes.
So Karen wants Matt to go deep inside and sweet walls. But,
yeah. So I think one of the other highlights for the show, for me, obviously nothing's going to take away the hallway fight scene, was Daredevil actually becoming what we know as Daredevil with the red outfit. And I think, as we mentioned before, I think that was the final episode.
Yeah,
see him in the outfit
because he got that guy who made Kingpin's
Kingpin's suit as well, so it's arm and protective.
Yeah.
And he says, so it's in different sections. So this part here might stop a knife. This part here will stop a bullet.
Yeah.
But not all of it's bulletproof, because if it was, then you'd be too stiff. So I was happy with the aesthetics of the outfit and the practicality of it. I didn't want him to just have spandex latex.
Well,
so it looks good or comic booky. No, what's practical? Because this is gritty Marvel Netflix. It's real type of stuff.
Was that? I don't remember the actual Ben Affleck version, but was that kind of stuff shown in that film? I can't even remember. Like the way how the suit was made, or like the actual.
I don't believe so. The film's very forgettable for me, but I think his was more of maybe a solid clay with a bit of latex or something.
I honestly can't remember. I might have to resort to going back to, even though people think it's a crap film and that. I thought it was okay.
To be honest, but his performance was worse than the film. And some of the casting.
Michael Clark Duncan pretty much saved that film for me. I remember him as a Kingpin. He saved it for me.
Colin Farrell got slated as Bullseye. But as an actual film, I mean, it's bad, but it's not Green Lantern, Catwoman type of bad.
Oh yeah, they
you know what I mean. So it's watchable, but it's not on the level.
It's the kind of film which
that we hold Marvel to nowadays.
It's the kind of film that I would think that a lot of fans would want a reboot of. Well, I don't think now because we've got a TV show.
I think because the TV show's so good, we don't need a Daredevil film now. If anything, we're just hoping and praying that you introduce these into Infinity War. Because Infinity War, Thanos is attacking New York pretty much, and these guys live in New York. And what a crossover! I know it's connected. I know they mentioned the event, like the big event in New York. Like, just name drop it. You know what I'm saying? It's like naming people.
I think a lot of fans are getting tired of that now, man. Like the whole the whole legal thing with you can't mention this guy and that guy.
I don't think it is. Not for Marvel, because they own all of it. I think it's just an extra amount of work. I think they want the TV franchise to stay separate, not as separate as DC, where they've got two different actors cast.
Yeah,
but they're in the same universe.
But it still wouldn't kill to put a few cameos in there, man. Marvel, it ain't gonna kill you.
We never know. Especially if you keep getting these renewals on Netflix, and if they're, I know Renault was very much up for appearing on the show, and I think Hawkeye and Daredevil getting around New York would be awesome. Really good. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's pretty much sums up most of the season. Very happy with it. I think Joel's hooked now.
Yeah.
So,
wait until season 2, man. Once I get through season 2, then I'll be able to put my final judgment on it. But as far as things go right now, Daredevil season 1 is definitely worth. If you've not seen it, then I would definitely recommend it. Dee recommended it to me, and so I would recommend it to you. Pass on the info. Pass on the.
Even out of the 8 that you've seen so far, I mean, I'm just starting Punisher, but I know Punisher's supposed to be top 5. But I'd say Daredevil season 1 and 2, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage season 1.
So I'm looking forward to it. Does Luke Cage take place before Jessica Jones, or is it the way around?
After. So the next one in line for you is Jessica 1.
Yeah.
Then Daredevil 2, then Luke.
Oh, so the next thing will be just... Oh, right, okay.
So yeah, so the next video we'll be doing Jessica Jones season 1 review with JD and myself, carrying on this series. But for now, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Check out JD Virtue on YouTube and our Facebook pages, Twitter, Instagram. Find all the links in the bio in the comment section below. So next time, deuce.
Peace.